When selecting an MRO for a major event, a lot of it has to do with relationship and history. What differentiates us from a smaller shop is we have more manpower to pull from, the amount of volume that we can do as far as parts ordering, tooling, different requests from OEMs, and receiving support outside of our facility and our company. We already have those relationships with those OEMs, and we have open lines of communication always with them, so we can resource them quickly. I have several different contacts that I can use, but there is one point of contact that we do have that's specifically assigned to just Duncan Aviation in Lincoln, and we can resource that person as needed in those emergency type situations where we need something now. A lot of it could be something with tooling. Maybe we need to rent a tool to do a specific job, so we can reach out to certain contacts that we do have to expedite that process, or to get it shipped, or to get the tracking on it, to get more information rather than just being a number. We actually have a real relationship with them, and they can support us better that way. Yeah, so we've done a lot of these inspections, especially Challengers. We've got a very long history with the Globals. You know, we've been working those for several years now, and we do know all the hot spots to look at. We've seen a lot of them. We've had a lot of these heavy checks come through. We see a lot of repeatable discrepancies that we know where to look, how to treat them. We've treated them before. We know how to get the aircraft released back to service. We always have a good path for return to service because we've seen a lot of these before. We do have a very large landing gear shop that can do all of the restorations for the Globals, the Challenger 600 series and 300 series in-house. We have an accessory shop that can work on components. We can bench test components. We can do repairs on them as well. Our interior shops are very extensive. We've done many interiors as far as upholstery and refinishing woodwork, carpet, and then we have an engine line shop as well that's very familiar with all the engines installed on these airplanes. There's some heavy structural repairs that we do come across, and we do have a very talented and experienced structure shop that can take care of those, whether it's composites or sheet metal or any type of structural repair needs to be done. We have the ability to do that. That's too where our back shops come into play as well. You know, we have a good paint facility that when we do some of these large repairs, we do need some pretty extensive paint repair, and it's important that that repair blends right in with the rest of the airplane. A lot of customers we've had, like the My Duncan application that we have, that's something we use a lot, especially if someone maybe is not on site with the airplane. We can attach several photos to the discrepancies that we find, so it's just like they're here. You know, when they see those item approvals come through for their choice to either authorize or decline the options, they can look at photos and make their decision based on those. We pride ourselves. We have a lot of what we call squawk-free deliveries. It's airplane test flies and there's no discrepancies. That's always a big win and a big victory for us, and we look forward to it. I think the owner's reaction usually is they're relieved, obviously. These big events take a toll on some people. These airplanes are here for a long period of time. Sometimes the customers are here with the airplane throughout the whole duration, so I think it's relief to know, yeah, the airplane's clean, it's good to go. It's got a clean bill of health for several years to come, and they can go home and move on and get back to their day-to-day operations. I think the big deal is that for these major events, the best selling point about us compared to the smaller shops is what we like to call the one-stop shop. You know, we can do the full inspection, we can do the landing gear restoration, we can do a full paint, we can do the full interior, we can do everything here in-house, and nothing needs to leave our facility. We can do it all here. I think that's the big statement.